Hey, how's it going, you guys? So I'm gonna get right into it. This fight that was just announced, possibly later on this year, Darren versus Robert Whittaker. Man, what do I think about this fight? It's interesting. It's an interesting matchup. Definitely a great matchup. I think it has the potential to be a great fight. They're at a different crossroads in their careers. Obviously, Robert Whittaker just lost the title to Adesanya, and he wants to come back in a convincing fashion. He wants to let people know that he's still in top form, that it was kind of like a fluke that he lost to Izzy, and it wasn't a fluke that he lost to Izzy. Izzy set him up with those counters. He dropped him twice. When you get dropped twice, it's not a mistake. You just not as good as the other guy on that night, It's just not to say that Robert can't beat him. Obviously, he was having some success in that first round. It was a closely debated round, probably 10-9, up until he got caught. But when it comes to this fight versus Darren Till, Darren Till's coming off that win versus Kelvin Gastelum, and that fight was kind of he was just technical. He needed what he needed to do. He was technically sound. He needed to be aggressive, and he needed to use his size to his advantage, and he did so. And it was just a weird fight for Kelvin. Obviously coming off that title loss to Izzy. Everybody who comes off a title loss to Izzy is probably going to have some sort of weird feelings. Their mentality might be shaken somehow. When you think you're so legit, and then you get you get dropped so many times in the octagon, it makes you think some other type of way. So in this fight, who do I think has the edge? Man, if he goes the distance, I'm going to go with Robert Whittaker. Obviously, he's been in main event title fights against Romero, and he was able to take Romero's best shots and bounce back. And when it comes to if it's going to be a one flash KO, it could be either way. It could be Robert Whittaker, it could be Darren Till. Obviously, Darren Till does have that KO power, but they both do. So I'm not going to give any edge to either of them in that fight. What I think is going to happen when it comes to the ground game, I think they kind of even out. I think they're both like really good wrestlers. They're both good at takedown defense. Who knows? Robert Whittaker might be favorite. But if he's an underdog, even plus 100 or something, that's a live dog, So that's something to think about. I can't see Darren Till being too much of a favorite. If they do make him a favorite, maybe slightly, like 115, something slight. It's gonna be a pick'em fight. It's a really close fight. Obviously, Whittaker is coming up from 170, and so Darren Till. So this is a interesting matchup. It's pretty much some welterweights that are now at middleweight, so they're going to contest at middleweight, is what I'm thinking, unless they decided to both go down simultaneously, but I don't think that's going to happen. But yeah, I'm interested for this fight. It's going to be UFC Dublin. Should be good. I'm excited.